Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the MASE and SHADY show. How are y'all doing tonight? How you
How
doing,
are the
Mace?
people doing? I'm doing okay. Surviving, trying to be a survivor.
Scratching and surviving. It's been that
Scratching
type
and
of week.
surviving. We are definitely in this retrograde.
I'm trying to figure out
My ponytail's in retrograde too. It's like
why is Mercury always going to retrograde? Why can't you just stay where you at? Why you always got to be in retrograde? Because
I do not know, but Mercury better get its life together because my ponytail's in retrograde. I don't know what's going on.
you know
Thank you, Robin.
when they get retrograde, we start showing up anytime. We just
Right.
show up when we want to.
We just pop up. We just here. Let's see who's in the building. Hey, Janet. Hey, Carol.
And everybody who's coming in to catch the replay, or if you're coming in later on in the live, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. That's the only way you can get in for free. Otherwise, we're going to charge you like they charging Beyonce. Trying to charge Beyonce, but we're going to get to that in a minute.
They like, Beyonce, you are not above the law.
She is. But before we get to that, we got church announcements. It's a lot of people being sick, and it's a lot of people that has passed away. So we first need to talk about, we're going to send our thoughts and prayers towards the Jerry Springer family, who's been a member of the church for a long time.
Lord have mercy. That one almost took me down. Like that one, jury. That one almost took me
died at the age of 79.
Sure?
They said he had cancer. I didn't even know he was battling cancer.
Wow, you wouldn't even know it.
He always had like a laid back attitude, even though his name is synonymous with trash in the industry. He's the trash TV of daytime TV, but he's been able to manage to stay out of the mess, even though his show is really messy. Most people do like Jerry Springer.
Yeah, Jerry Springer has been like a family member in the household. You do not understand. Like, I rearranged my whole academic schedule around Jerry because I had to get home at 11 a.m. to see Jerry. Like, school be damned. I will get back to you by 12:15, 12:30. But it's after Jerry go off because, like, I was real. Like, Jerry was one of my favorites. That's,
everybody's watched at least one episode of Jerry Springer.
More than one episode because you couldn't help it. It was like a guilty pleasure. You couldn't help it. Like, even like I recall me and my friend Asia, when we used to watch it, we used to always say Steve was up to something. Because at one time this crowd started hollering, Steve. Steve was breaking up stuff before Steve Wilkos had his own show. He was the security.
He was the
Jerry.
Top
That's
security.
Where he got his. He was top flight security. That's where he got his start.
Steve didn't play that. Steve did not play. So when you got on there cutting the food, I think back then when Steve was on there, it was more real stories. After he left, they started running with anything, and it was like fake storylines.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them was like fake, but it just seemed real. And in that moment, it was like what the world needed. We needed Jerry. He was in competition with Oprah. Jerry ratings was through the roof. He was one of the highest rated talk shows on television to date. And like I was saying, we knew that Steve was up to something. We was like, Steve is trying to get his own show because Steve is out here. Because every time we like, Steve is trying, get his own show. Next thing we know, Steve had his own show.
Steve Wilkos' show is really about him showboating and acting like he's bigger and better than everybody. And
he is. I like Steve too.
He slid me bullying his guests.
He do, and and I swear, Steve remind me of my 5th grade gym teacher in PS 140 from the Bronx, Mr. McKenna. He just remind me of Mr. McKenna. Like, I really like Steve. Steve just seems like so wholesome and so good.
But also, I'm bringing it back to Jerry. I didn't know he was suffering. He was still acting up until he passed. Didn't he still have that judge show that he was still doing?
I believe so, yes.
So I don't know if he's a real judge, but I don't know about that. But he did have a TV judge show.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of people are not, who's not real judges are becoming, getting these judge shows.
Anything better than Judge Brown and Judge Mathis?
Because now you see they have, speaking of a judge show, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has a new show coming out where he's playing a judge.
Oh God.
And where he's playing the judge, and he up there with his soup coolers, you know, telling the people.
He always think he got the answers. Y'all love going to Steve Harvey for the answers. Y'all think he know everything.
I do not think he know everything because at the rate, the stuff that's going on in his life and the little trinkets of gossip that's coming out, because y'all need to head on down into that Tasha K Live, because she has Steve Harvey's current wife, ex, that she did an interview with, and he was just letting the cat out the bag, just running his mouth like.
I think that was childish. It
was very childish. He was just running his mouth. I'm like, Steve.
But y'all, we're gonna lift up Jerry Springer's family in prayer.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jerry. You know, it's gonna be a booty shake-off contest up in heaven. You're breaking up.
When the we good now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Y'all, we good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So we will let y'all know when the repass is. I'm gonna need
we gotta get
to
a
do the
booty
potato
shaking
salad
contest. No, we need a booty shaking contest. We need a Jerry beads. We need a pole. So hopefully it's a pole and a booty shake off and some Jerry beads down to up to the heavens, because we know Jerry ain't go nowhere but to the heavens. He couldn't possibly go nowhere else. Jerry. One time for the road. Were we broken? Are we paused?
You was breaking up a little bit.
Are we on
pause? It paused again for me, but maybe it did for you. I can hear you now.
Yeah, because we had to get one Jerry also, back, you know. We love Jerry.
And also Jamie Foxx. They're saying his condition is worse than we thought. They're saying that he was close to death. And Jamie thinks that somebody's after him. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But he said allegedly that he thinks somebody's after him.
Well, it's a possibility. Who knows? And it could be paranoia, because allegedly, they have rumors in the streets for a while that that Jamie likes that candy, and that he was taking the candy. I think somebody have reported that a while ago, that someone walked in a party. He was there. He
was doing. You talk about powder. But I'm not really surprised by that. A lot of people in the industry do that.
Yeah, but nowadays it's a whole different monster, because with that Fenty out, and I ain't talking about Rihanna, with that Fenty out, it's taking down people left and right, and so these people that are on these certain types of narcotics, it's easier for them to fall a victim, and you just never know, because it's a couple of people that I know personally that used and literally died, and had to be brought back. Like, they're lucky to be alive. Like,
it's a lot of evil in the world, because when you buy, stuff off the street, you really don't know the contents. You can only hope that, what they're giving you is actually the real product.
That's how I don't play none of them. I don't play none of them narcotic games.
Just stick with Mary Jane. Mary Jane not gonna get you to
but at this point, that's kind of scary. Like, are you doing some Fenty thing and spraying that? Because people are, like you said, are so evil. Like,
yeah.
What are you, like, it's just safe to stay safe. Leave the drugs alone. Like, in the words of MC, like, leave the drugs alone. Don't just leave it alone.
I mean, you really, whatever you buy off the street, you really don't know. But if you're gonna do it, I say stick with who you know, and don't be using a whole bunch of strange people that you don't know.
Right, but then you never know, because this person that is just dangerous with this thing out here that's laying people to down for good. This is a get down or lay down situation, and when you lay down, you're gonna stay down, and that's it's crazy. So people that are indulgent, you need to think twice. Is it worth your life?
Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate that the movie that Jamie Foxx is working on is not willing to, pause filming.
Some people don't give a damn.
Until he gets better. They ready to move on. They're probably gonna replace him with somebody else.
Stunt double. They already got they said the stunt double is already in here. The stunt double the stunt double done put his basketballs in his booty, and he ready to go because Jamie got a high one. So that stunt double done.
I haven't noticed.
I have.
Well, I wish Jamie Foxx the best. I think he's still in the hospital, isn't he?
Yeah. His daughter. I think his daughter had made a statement that he was doing better. He was doing better, but this is just a sad situation. Like Jamie is a very talented actor, comedian, singer. Like he's just an all-around talent, and we just pray that nothing happens to him. That all comes well, and he comes out okay.
Yeah, we're gonna ask that the church members keep him lifted in prayer. Also, we're gonna lift Sister Toni Braxton up in prayer as well. She had
shut in and infirmed.
She had a health scare as well. She was opening up about how she had a blood clot that almost knocked her out and unalived her. So
because she's suffering with lupus as well.
It was because of her lupus, and her lupus didn't help.
No, they said due to her lupus, it could have clogged the artery in her heart, and she could have had a heart attack.
She said she wasn't taking care of herself that much after Tracy passed, which I could understand. You'd be like, sometimes you don't want to deal with certain things, but she has a serious medical condition. She needs her team to monitor her medication, make sure she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Right, and where was Baby at when this is? Where was Baby? Is she still with Baby?
She ain't with Baby.
Oh, my bad. Last time I saw Tony, she was with Birdman.
Are they still together?
That's why I said, "Where's Baby?" Because that's Baby.
I haven't seen them around together.
That's why I said last time I saw Tony. Last time she was going down low 7 whole days. Last time she
they went really off the radar. I haven't really seen them together lately. I don't know. I haven't really seen them together, so there's no telling.
Right.
But I wish her the best, as well. Y'all keep her in prayer. It's a lot of sickness going on. Make sure y'all schedule an appointment with your doctor, get a physical, and move on. So we're just gonna move on to the next thing. We're gonna talk about Latasha flopping. The people are saying that she only sold a little bit over 600 copies of her gospel album so far, and and it's really bad. It's really bad for Motown, really bad for the label. It just looks real sloppy.
All I gotta say is you never win when you play dirty. You never win when you play dirty. When first you practice to deceive, this is how things turn out sometimes. It's karma.
And I'm not surprised because of the simple fact that the gospel community, like I said, is a little bit different. They're not going to accept everybody. The only people that really probably bought the album was Rocky's team, his family, maybe Latasha's family bought it. And they got a few fans, but 600 in the grand scheme of things is not a lot at all. That's stuff that local people sell. Local people
I probably can sell 600 copies.
Yeah, you can sell 600 going down the street in downtown. That's not really a lot. That's local Atlanta type sales. That's not national. No,
sales. That's out of the trunk of your car sales. Like people are making more.
Kaya was selling more albums than that out the back
of her band. This is this is, and also her team. They made the core mistake. Hey, Chef Don Don, they made the core mistake of trying to sell her as a gospel artist when she good well this girl wanted to do R&B. She's been waiting for her Beyonce moment all her life. She had to fight waiting for her Beyonce moment. And now she thought that she finally was going to have her Beyonce moment, but you never win when you play dirty. You knew that you wanted to go in and wanted to have an R&B album. This is what you do. You didn't, but you know that you can be accepted as an R&B singer probably in this day and time. She probably was sold the same amount doing R&B.
But the thing is, like you said,
that gospel, and it's going to be hallelujah. And people were just going to come. No, we're not going to come, especially when we find out you is a fake and a phony. And your marriage is full of baloney. Girl, no. Mm-mm.
And God do not bless no mess. And the fact that she showed that she cannot handle success, her attitude started getting real stank when she started getting that label and start signing the contract. You showing when you do stuff like that, you show the universe and you show God, I'm not ready for this because I'm gonna get big headed. I'm gonna make it all about me. It's not gonna be about glorifying God, which is what it's supposed to be about. So, and the fact that you use your little gospel song to throw shade at other people, that's not gospel.
It wasn't giving gospel at all. And this is a tragic story, but oh well, Latocha, too bad. So sad.
Armand Wiggins was selling albums.
Armand albums is hotter than hers. What he got? It's been a minute.
I didn't know he was an artist.
Yeah, but I know definitely he has 3 songs that I listened to because I was like, his songs is kind of hot. Like, but he's a talented Gemini anyway. We can do no wrong. We are just multi-talented, multifaceted. We could sing, we dance, we act, we cook, we clean. We are chefs, we are sewers. We just do it all because we can't track down our personalities. That's why. It's like we're all.
You can't track it down?
No, we can't pin and point. I don't know who I am. When I wake up, I just like spin the wheel, bitch. I don't know who I am when I wake up. Like, who I'm going to be today? I'm not sure. Who am I? Where am I? But, yeah.
Cleo says she likes
check. If you want to flex, deposit your check.
Sound like he got more hits than Latasha. So are we gonna put Latasha on the prayer list as well?
No.
After the inferno. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna.
She does not deserve prayer. We're gonna send her to the corner, to the backsliders, and we're gonna send her, back down there. We'll see if she can come again and come.
Next, we got to talk about Red Table Talk, which has been canceled, and all of the other Facebook Watch shows have been canceled. I think it's a political. I think all the Facebook Watch shows were canceled, so they got rid of all of them. Social media is changing. This Red Table Talk was messy, and I don't think Willow was old enough to be talking about these topics with her grandmother and her mother. It was just weird. It was weird.
It's just a lot going on, and something like they shouldn't have came down to that table, and they need to burn that table. It's a lot. I understand like sharing because you want to share your experience, especially as African Americans. A lot of times it's in our culture to be quiet and don't say anything, and our business is our business. You don't speak outside the house. So it was good that they were trying to get out, and trying to expose people but they were just exposing too damn much. It was just too much that they was exposing. She was down to the table talking about how she was self-pleasuring herself at 2.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's the mama name? The mama was on meth. The mama was old meth head. But she looked good to be on meth because she was on meth. She looked better than both of them put together. And if she was on meth, and they say crack is whack, but I don't know if it was meth. Like if it's because I see the Caucasian and the Persuasions or meth, and they don't look like that. After they had a run-in with meth.
Well, maybe she was off of it enough to where it wasn't damaging her permanently. Maybe she was on it for a little bit, but this show single-handedly damaged Will Smith's reputation. Jada dragged Will up and down the mud with the whole August Alsina thing. It made him look less of a man. I think this is what led up to him slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars.
No, I don't think this. I don't think
this show bullied him. When he came on the show and Jada was talking about how she was unfulfilled and that's why she was sleeping with August and Will was just looking pathetic and sad, and he was, he turned into a meme.
But it was sad, but it's sad that you ever heard say like sometimes people see you coming, like they see you coming or whatever. This have you ever read Will Smith's book? I believe his autobiography. I read it a couple of years ago, and I do believe in that book he was saying like how his father abused his mother. and that there was a domestic violence situation, and that he always wanted to protect his mother. Like, so imagine a child growing up seeing your father do something to your mother, your protector. This is the woman that if anything's happened to her, what are you going to do? And you can't stop this person. Like he said, I believe he said he became wheelchair bound at one point, and Will was so angry he just looked over at him one time and started getting flashbacks of him hauling off on his mama's ass and wanted to just push him down the stairs or whatever to the wheelchair. So that's a lot of held up anger that Will has. Will, it could be passive aggressive. He really could be, because he even told the story at that damn table. They told the story how that they were at a party, and I believe Jada was talking about something. I don't recall exactly what, but she said something that he found disrespectful. Homeboy rolled up a newspaper and bopped her in the head like she was a puppy. Like he popped her in the head because she said something that he didn't like, and he was angry at that moment. He's probably passive aggressive from his childhood, and seeing him in that situation with Chris Rock, that's why I felt sorry for him. I felt a little bad for him, because he probably was sitting there next to his wife. This man said something. His wife gave him the look that he found funny, because he laughed initially. He found funny, and then the look over at his wife's face and have that look of disappointment. He probably saw his mother's face, you know what I'm saying, and his sister's face, you know what I'm saying, no, for real, you probably, when you look over in that space of disappointment,
I don't know if it's that.
You're supposed to be a man. Like, you're supposed to be a man. A lot of times, especially as young black men, our black boys grow up before they're supposed to. And he probably looked at his white face and saw his mother getting slapped down, saw his sisters crying while his mother was getting beat, and was like, I have to do something. I'm going to stop him. And he probably just went up there and just out of rage and says, pow, just like he popped her in the face with that newspaper, and just like out of that rage. Like, he probably is passive aggressive from witnessing the things that he witnessed during his childhood. And
no, I think that's what it was. I think he was embarrassed. Because of the things that Jada was saying about him on the show. Just because you're okay with it in private doesn't mean you're okay with the world.
But this goes to show that his life was embarrassing. This man was embarrassed his whole life. He probably just got fed up. Like, imagine repeatedly feeling embarrassed your whole life, feeling inadequate, feeling that you don't measure up, feeling that you're not a man, feeling that you're a punk, feeling like it's summertime all the time. Like, it's probably just a problem. Like, he's probably very insecure and passive aggressive. Imagine being the soft rapper all the time. Like, you rapping, but everybody call you, oh, Will Smith rap, he a punk. Like,
we used to like the clean rap. We like the clean rap sometimes. That's if that's your brand.
But and you can held make it work. To the other rappers like LL Cool J, the Big Daddy Kane.
He was more of an actor.
But when he came out,
he was way more of an actor.
But he was initially that rapper because Benny, I believe it's Benny Medina. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story behind how Will Smith became Will Smith. Because actually that spot was slated for the rapper MC Shan from Queens. MC Shan, Benny Medina was grooming MC Shan to be basically Will Smith or whatever. But he said it was some criteria that he had to meet, i.e. Taking it up the rear, that he was not willing to partake in.
So you said that's what Will did?
I'm not saying that's what Will did, but I'm saying that's what MC Shan said that they asked him to do in order to, he was supposed to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was supposed to have that was supposed to be his spot. But he said the stuff that they were asking him to do, he wasn't with it. So I don't know if they asked Will to do it or not, but
allegedly,
I don't know, but imagine just being a punk all your life. Like, you're a rapper, but you're not. You're being compared to Tupac by your wife. Like,
that is a lot too, considering that Tupac is considered a rap icon, and she's just gushing over this man. Even this man has been gone for years, and she still, when she talks about Tupac, there's a passion there that she doesn't have that same passion with Will.
Right, because some people like that thug loving. Some people like that gangster. Like, that is true, because sometimes you just want a little bit of a thug. Like, you don't want to be beat down or anything, but you may want to be like shooken a little bit. But
y'all want to be Tasha and Ghost. Y'all want to be Tasha.
No, I don't want to be Tasha, but you want the aggressiveness sometimes, like thing, and probably it's just a certain thing that women crave, and we don't get out of that sometimes until we get older, like in our 30s and stuff like that. We realize like that thug loving is not even cute. Pass me a nerd. Because I tell you,
it's a fantasy. It
is like pass me a nerd. No, because you start messing around with your credit and cheating on you and doing all types of stuff. Then you be like, where's Steve Urkel? Because Steve would never. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want a thug, but then you want stability, and that's not the
same case exactly. So, right.
We're gonna, keep them in prayer. The show was canceled.
Goodbye.
But I'm sure we're gonna see them somewhere else. I don't think we're gonna miss it. But we're gonna move on to something else. Nasty, the designer, who was on a flight from Tokyo back to United States, I believe. I guess the Asian women weren't giving him any play. The Asian women weren't giving him any play, and he decided to whip out his peen on the plane and start pleasuring himself on the plane. And now he's facing charges for SA because, hey, Yvette, so what I think happened with Designer probably was high on something and just got beside himself and just felt frisky, tried to show it to the flight attendant. The flight attendant reported him. Actually, she told him to put it away, and then he brought it back out again, and they caught him with a tub of Vaseline.
Wait, he took it back out.
When the flight attendant first saw it, she told him to put it away. And he did it because he thought that she was going to be with it when she seen it, and she was like, "No, I don't."
Out of control. Put it away. Hey, that.
So he was flying first class. His team was in coach, so they dragged him from first class with the tub of Vaseline all the way to the back.
Wait, a tub of Vaseline was involved.
They said he had a tub of Vaseline with him, and his hands were greasy. I don't know if he had a chance to wash his hands or not, but I don't know how much. But they said the tub of Vaseline was in his hand when they grabbed him and took him to the back.
Well, first of all, I personally believe that he's not stable. His eyes are not stable, and from my empath, because I see people from here, not from here, it's giving crazy. It's giving living la vida loca. It's giving pinda.
It's giving I want attention.
No, I think he really has something wrong with him. And I'm not excusing what he did.
It's possible.
I think he did it on purpose because something is wrong with him. You understand? Mm-hmm. I don't think that I think he's very much so was on the short yellow bus, in my opinion.
But there's a lot of people who are into that kind of kink of pleasuring themselves in front of people in public. Some people are into that sort of thing, and they do it for their OnlyFans and they do it for their Twitter. You know what I mean? Like,
but he's been around for a while, and the way he like that, just the energy that I always got from him, it's been like a little crazy,
slow.
Like crazy, like a little bit touched. Like he could do something weird.
He looks slow though.
Very much so around the eyes. The eyes are definitely
the slide, the big head, the tilt.
So you trying to say he
he a little bit. I mean, he do look slow, you know.
So you trying to say he a black Corky?
You said it first.
You got a touch of downs, just a slide, just so you know.
I think he is giving short bus, and he only has one song, so. He's stretched.
Oh, he has other songs. It's just they don't, hit them. But he has other songs. You just don't hit them. But Panda was his breakout song. That was his most popular song. That was his hit. Panda, and that song was giving me crazy because every time I heard the song myself personally, I felt like I was losing my mind. Like Panda. This made me want Panda. Like it wasn't safe. The people on that flight wasn't safe either because the designer said he gonna pull that peen out. He gonna pull that peen out, but I can't believe a tub of grease was with it.
Yeah, he had a tub of grease in his hand. I'm trying to figure out how he got the tub of grease on the plane. Don't they confiscate that sort of stuff?
Maybe he had the small travel size. Maybe he had that little Vaseline, and you know how people are exaggerative. They probably like, oh my god, it was a tub.
Well, I don't know how much Vaseline he put on it, but
Yeah, because we don't know the size of anything.
you can't really show it out in public and show the flight attendant, and they gave you an opportunity to put it away, and you
Put it away, sir.
Put that away.
But see, I can't be on that flight because I'm like, put it away, sir. Sir.
You're trying to peek,
sir.
But and you got to think that's nasty. You got families on the plane. You got other people on the plane. You got kids, and you out there trying to be frisky for attention. Now he's facing charges. I don't know if they're international or it happened on the plane. So is it Japan?
Right. I need to know. Like, will his trial be held in friendly skies? Are they gonna bring him up there? Like, cause this is where the incident.
I think it's gonna be because the fight was headed towards the United States. I think it's gonna be here, and it would make the most sense. But he was in Tokyo performing the same little song that he always performs.
Well, he did admit that he has some mental issues going on, and that
he had to admit it. He had at this point when you don't whip it out and embarrass yourself on the plane. They almost.
It could be, it could be that maybe it's some mental issues because I know I did work with the mentally ill, and they were very hot. I can say that they were very much so Down syndrome, but they was very much so down to spread them legs in that bed. They were getting busy. They were getting busy to where you have to like separate them because they were and you would think like I'm like what, and you hear so you like what's going on?
No comment.
Stop this, break it up.
Next, we're going to move forward to the next one. We got to talk about Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson being fired from CNN and Fox News. Let's talk about Tucker first. So the both announcements, they came like right back behind each other, and I think this was planned out by both networks. We take one of yours. I think this is planned by both networks. We take one of yours, you take one of ours, and we'll just be done. Because they was sick. I think the network was sick of both of them. Fox News was hit with a major lawsuit because of the lies that they were spreading about the election and the voting system. The voting system Dominion sued them, and they received a large settlement from Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
Fox News blames Tucker for a lot of that stuff that was put out. He wasn't the only one saying it, but he was the main one putting out those lies about the election. And I think even them at the network, they know these are lies, but they're going to pander to their audience.
Yeah.
So I think he took the fall for Fox News, and they're blaming it on him. So he's a liability. He's costing them money, a large amount of money. I want to say $12 million, but it was a large amount of money. So they got rid of him. Don Lemon is over there at CNN being a diva, acting like he running stuff and he don't. And they were sick of him harassing people and making people uncomfortable. So they got rid of Don Lemon on his day off.
I just see like when I found out Don Lemon was fired, I could just see him walking around his house, and that I can't believe these shit. These people, I gave them 20 years of my life. I just saw him like just running.
He wrote a statement. He was there for 17 years, but allegedly CNN still owes him money for the rest of his contract. I want to say $25 million that they still owe him.
Usually that's how it works in TV. You're supposed to get paid out the duration of your contract. Mm-hmm. I believe Sharon Osbourne has something similar to that.
Yeah, I think she had something similar, but I think the decision to get rid of Don was more personal. I think he rubbed the people the wrong way, especially when he made that women's comment. He's made a lot of racial comments on the show. I just don't feel like he's for the people, if you know what I mean. He wants to appear as if he is. And when black people get in trouble, they want to look for help.
Hey,
And we're going to talk about Tyrese in a minute. When black people get in trouble, they want to look to the black community, but they don't date anyone in the black community. And that's Tyrese, and that's Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, this time why he got terminated, X'd out, excommunicated, fired, axed, was because he was defending and sticking up because he was going back and forth with a gentleman. I'm not sure the gentleman's name, about something the gentleman said about black people having this, that, and the third. And so he was like, oh, no, that's not true. And he was going back and forth one of his last episodes to whereas they were in his ear telling him to stop. And he was like, no, like, let me finish saying what I'm going to say. And I think that was his last day at work.
Yeah, it was his last day. But Don pick and chooses when he want to hold that torch up for black people.
I really particularly don't care for him because of the things he said about black people and the way he said. A lot of things he said, I personally don't care for him. But I do believe they were going to get him one way or another once he talked about them spoiled milk aging white women. Mm-hmm. They were going to get him.
But they were saying that he was acting like a diva backstage and he was hard to work with. So he just got that reputation.
He just gives me the energy of diva. Like he was walking through his house with his smoking robe on. Like, I can't believe this shit. I'm telling you. And then his husband or boyfriend was like, calm down, Donnie. Calm down. No, don't tell me to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. I gave these people 17 years, and this is what they do to me. They haven't heard the last of Don Lemon. They haven't heard the last. And I was like, I could just picture him. I was like, to be a fly on his wall is going to be so dramatic. Oh, my God. I would love to be a fly on the wall.
But he's going to be fine financially, though. Like, even if he gets the rest of his contract money, he really don't have to work for the rest of his life. He's good. As long as you save your money and don't spoil it, spend it all, you'll be fine. Like both of them, they will be financially fine. They were making good money.
Well, he probably spending all his money on persuasion men, allegedly.
So I guess we don't have to keep him in prayer. We're just gonna keep a lookout for him because I don't really care for neither one.
No, we keep him in the watch.
It's about time we. It's about time we hit commercial financial issues, people owing child support, and Queen Bee fighting the IRS for her rights as a woman, as a citizen of this United States.
They're about to all the way. They're about to let her know some things. They're about to let her know some things. Like,
She know what she doing. So make sure y'all hit the like button.
One thing about Shady Me, we're gonna protect Beyonce fire at all costs. We're gonna protect
at all costs. Y'all not gonna say nothing.
Beyonce fire at all costs.
We'll be right back after this.
Did you put the
Y'all know I'm gonna defend Beyonce to this day. To this day.
he will fight. He's gonna fight for Beyonce to the end.
So let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go ahead since
we getting into Beyonce.
Beyonce is not gonna let y'all bully her and not let y'all take her money unnecessarily. She don't care who it is. What y'all gonna do is do her taxes right. So Beyonce is challenging her taxes that was done a few years ago. The government is not accepting some of the charitable donations that she did. They're not accepting it as a deduction. And they're charging her.
Beyonce out here defrauding the government, y'all.
It was supposed to be deducted. The government is being shysty and trying to stiff her out of her money because it's not about the money. She can afford it. She can afford it. She can make that money in one day. Let's be real. She can make.
It's the principle. She done made that money already on the tickets.
She already done made that money on the tour. The tour needs started.
But it's the principle. You will not. What you will not do and what you will not do is try to take the Queen Bee's money. That's what she said. She donates. She said she donates.
She donated and it should have been deducted off of it because Beyonce has been compliant. We don't never hear nothing about Beyonce owing taxes or Beyonce is behind on any bills. She got the money. It's just that y'all not gonna be bullying her just because she's a celebrity and just trying
you will not Shakira her. Because she saw where it took Shakira. She was like, she's in the top of it. Shakira, her hips didn't lie, but the IRS did. Beyonce says she's not going to have none of it. She will fight the IRS to the death. And that basically all them boxes that she gave up, tacky ass Ivy Park clothes, that was the charitable donation that she was talking about.
But I think the
reason why they go through on the taxes is because people sent that shit back. So they couldn't verify that the people actually got the boxes of that whack ass Ivy Park stuff. And I love Beyonce, but
the Ivy Park was good. So it wasn't even about Ivy Park. I think it was because possibly some of those donations that she did to charity could have been her charity, but it wasn't going to her. But
so basically, you're trying to say she was trying to scam the IRS by donating to herself and writing it off as a deductible.
The charity money is separate. It's not in her bank account. That's her charity. Beyonce
hanging with Jay-Z. See, this is what she get for hanging with Jay-Z.
Beyonce has different charities. I know one of them is Be Good, and she has others. So if she donates to her charity, she should be able to get a deduction off of that. It's still charity. Just because it's your charity.
What happened? You know what happened? Beyonce forgot she was black. That's what happened. Because when she pulled that donating to her own charity and then turned back and white off, they she's trying to pull a Caucasian persuasion move.
That's not. Why would she need to embezzle $2 million?
That was embezzled.
Why would she need to embezzle $2 million? She got way more than that. She do not need to embezzle money. Y'all looking for the wrong person. If y'all talk about embezzling,
I don't know. At the rate people, these celebrities are fronting. At the rate her tickets prices are, we don't know if Beyonce got it or not. We don't know if she got it or not, y'all. So we got the funds. We don't know if she got it or not because her ticket prices is extra high. She ain't trying to give nobody a discount, and now she's trying to fight the alphabet people.
I think this is the reason why the tickets are high because we got to pay her taxes. I think this money is going straight to taxes. The tour money, I know she's gonna make way more because Janet and Taylor Swift was just in town, and I miss Janet. I'm still holding on for Beyonce tickets. Hopefully, I find some somewhere.
Somebody got to donate some tickets to Shady.
I just decided to pay my rent.
If anybody is listening, Shady, put your Cash App up. His Cash App is running across the screen. We must get this boy to the Beyonce concert. You don't even understand how this man loves.
I'm gonna try to work it.
I'm gonna write a letter. Remember how Brandy wrote that letters for Countess about Leon Rhymes? I'm gonna write a letter. I'm not sure.
Write a letter on my behalf.
Yeah, I'm going to write a letter proposing like you love Beyonce, you will fight for Beyonce, and speaking of Beyonce,
deserve to go.
Yes, you deserve to go. You fight for Beyonce, you protect her. You are her auditor. You are her friend. And in honor of Beyonce and her tax problem, I will be wearing this B until her taxes get straight. And this is in honor of Beyonce and her tax problem. So I will be wearing this B in solidarity.
I don't think it's a problem. I think she's just standing up to the establishment. She's not letting them push her around.
That's why I'm going to wear this B in honor of her. She's standing up to the machine. Beyonce said, y'all will not do this to me. Who the hell left the gate open? It wasn't me, because I donated.
And what Karen said, you got to make millions to owe millions.
Right, period.
That's what Karen said. So
period.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Right, and this is Hugo from Surrey County.
Yeah, and they are filming in Potomac, and a little bit of Potomac tea. Let me take Beyonce off, because we already know she's going to handle her business. So a little bit of the Potomac tea. There's a newcomer that's going to be on the main cast. She's African as well. I don't know if she's Nigerian, but she is African. They're saying that she got into it with Wendy during filming, and that there was a house fire, some type of fire, and it was like they was getting into it. So I thought the African sisters was going to be cool, but it seems like, at least in the beginning, they're gonna be getting into it. So
no, and that's a good fight. To see two African women fight, now that's a good fight. I'm sure, especially when they from different tribes, and if one tribe think they better than serious, because I didn't.
It's still very divisive. It's still
my first husband was an African. He was from Guinea.
Yeah, it's very divisive.
Yeah, my first husband was from Guinea, and don't let them African women get together and they be like, yeah. Don't let them and lean back like that, because it's on. Like, you just, like, the fights go back. I didn't know.
But I thought that they would have gotten along together, since they are the African women, and y'all saying that everybody colorist. So it seemed like y'all would kind of come together. But I think part of it is the new incomer may be cool with Ashley. I saw her with Ashley a lot. So maybe she's taking on a little bit of Ashley's beef.
But then again, remember, allegedly, Wendy's was supposed to be cursed with that what they were saying about the Africans take that very serious. They don't
play like cursed by what?
They were saying allegedly that her tribe or something, wherever she was from or whatever, and that's why the husband side of the family don't really mess with her, because she was from the cursed part, or the thing. So like her husband family don't really mess with her like that, allegedly. But I said, but I know for a fact that does happen. Like, if you are from like a certain tribe and they feel like something, like y'all have bad juju or spirits on you, they don't mess with you at all. And they don't, and they will, nope, they will not mess with you if they believe.
But I don't know if that's what it is, or if maybe Wendy felt like she was trying to take her spot. She's the African.
She said we'll only be one African queen on this show.
But I thought they was adding more brown skins to the show. So we just gonna keep an eye out on that, and I'll let y'all know what's going on with that. Also,
they said they done met who they got on there. They got Candace. They got Wendy.
They said Charisse and
Charisse.
No, they said Charisse was out. They said Charisse isn't filming. I heard.
See, what they should have done, they should have brought back Charisse and what's the girl named Katie?
Katie is too unstable, and she is a liability. Bravo will not be bringing her back anytime soon. She disappeared from filming, and didn't nobody know where she was. That's a liability. You messing up your own money at that point.
Yeah, Kate, I thought she got herself together. It's been like 3 or 4 years.
No, she was begging to be on the show, but she's a liability. They're not gonna take her back.
Poor
I like Katie, but she crazy. They can't control her.
Yeah, Katie's another one that's very much so allegedly touched.
And also a bit of Atlanta tea. It just seems like, from what I'm gathering, this show is going to be about attacking Candy all season. It just seems like MARROW, Sheree have gotten together in Sanya, and we're going to attack Candy because Candy has been getting it easy these past few years, and they feel like Candy's just been able to skate by, so they're going to be really going after her this season. I saw that clip Martell was talking about Todd being an opportunist. I said, I know you're not calling
I know Martell ain't talking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your whole relationship is fake. It looked fake for the cameras. It just doesn't give realistic. It just gives very staged.
How you gonna call somebody an opportunist when he was a whole opportunist in his marriage? Builders, like, did he even get his builder's license yet?
No, I don't think he Can he read? Can he read?
It's to opportunists, please, child. Melody was carrying that damn relationship, that marriage, and then you see what.
So I mean,
child, please.
And they say he's still trying to get her back. So if he's actively trying to get Melody back, where does that leave Sheree? Out looking stupid once again. I think Sheree's desperate to have a storyline.
I think Sheree needs to swim over to the lady pond. I think that Sheree would be a great dyke. I mean, not like that. I mean, she would be a good. She would make an excellent lesbian.
She is really strong.
She just gives me rug muncher, and she gives me that she can hold a woman's legs up because her arms are strong, so she can hold the legs up. You know, the shaking won't be. She's gonna have a grip on and she looks like she just gives me like she would make an excellent lesbian. Like I don't know what it is about her.
She has a strong face. That's what it is, and I think it's the
because she can be sensual and masculine at the same time. See, because her face, she gives you strong, like in the arms and the legs and the calves. It gives you strong, but then she could give you soft.
Lift.
Yeah, I think she's barking up the wrong tree. I think she needs to try her hand with the ladies and see how that goes.
You both. So we're gonna keep out. Are we back? Because we froze for a little bit. You back?
This nigga. And that's all I got.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Crime.
Are you breaking up?
So we got to talk about Tyrese crying because the court has ordered that he pay roughly $10,000 a month in child support. And he's been posting all of these things about how the court system is set up against dads, which it is. But sir, you are a multi-millionaire. You have the funds. So I'm trying to understand why you're hollering and calling Martin Luther King Jr. III. You calling all these civil rights activists to come down and pray with you at the courthouse when you got the money. It's so many people out here that don't have the funds that's being charged all this child support, and you got it. I mean, $10,000 is a lot, but you are a multimillionaire. You make how much per Fast and Furious movie that you do? Like
this is a disgrace to me because first of all, wasn't this his black queen? Wasn't that the black queen? How is she like? Men need to make it make sense.
She's not a black queen. He don't date black women.
He said that she was his black queen. He said that woman was I'm telling you what he said.
Is she black? She not black.
He said that light-skinned woman, I'm calling her light-skinned because he said that she was a black queen. He said that she's black, that she's not, she's a black woman and she's his black queen. That she's just light-skinned.
I'm gonna look it up now.
That's what he said. Google when Tyrese calls the woman his black queen. Because he was talking about her. And he said she's his black queen because people were saying that he, are always dating the persuasions. That's the one. He said
she black.
That's what he said. He said that she's his black queen.
She gives a little bit of
you bet no, he did say that.
But anyway, he gonna be paying her $10K a month, and he need to stop hollering and crying.
But don't you have a Benihana's in your backyard, sir? Like you have a Benihana's in your backyard, and you have the nerve to. When she was your black queen, you was willing to do everything, and the men make me sick with this mess. This is something that pisses me off. You were willing.
Is this black queen?
That's her.
Is this giving black queen though?
It's not. It's giving Persuasion Palace, but it's he said it was his black queen. That's what he said. He said that she's a black woman.
But I think he's pandering, like, you're trying to manipulate the situation because the system is set up against fathers. It is, and it's hard for fathers to get rights. Usually, it has to be something real wrong with the mother for the father to be able to get his rights, even if he's doing everything that he's supposed to do. It's really hard for fathers out here. So, my sympathy is for that, but at the same time, he doesn't spend time with his kids. He's always away. And he just sends the money. So why don't you just send that $10K a month? You got
this
it.
is why I don't understand. Like,
pay for the year.
I think he's more upset because he just. I told y'all. I don't care for Tyrese. It's just something, like I said, I see with here and not with here. So it was just something about Tyrese ever since he was on that bus singing that Coca-Cola commercial to what's that girl Gomez from the Parenthood. Ever since he was there on that bus, in the back of that bus singing, and he was singing in that thing. It's just something about him that really just always rubbed me the wrong way. But I think he's more angry that she left him. I think he's more angry at that because when she was your black queen, you wasn't worried about the amount of money that you were spending on her. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay to play. You married this woman. She has a child by you. You know the type of status that you have. You are a Tyrese Gibson, the actor, singer, Fast and Furious mogul. You understand? So this is who you are. You're going to have to pay like you weigh. You would have paid anyway. If that woman was still with you, would have still been paying, if not more. Now you just have a set payment. Pay your money and shut the hell up and stop crying and
stop complaining.
And stop calling.
You want us to have sympathy for you?
Yes, and please stop calling persuasion princesses black queens. Please stop.
And stop running to the black community. Stop running to the black community when you need help. But when you want to go and be with persuasion, you all up in that persuasion punani. But when they start treating you like the,
and then when he talked down on women, the way he talked down on women, calling women, he was talking down on women like they just some straight up. But now what kind of woman he has now? This woman he's saying, is she an Instagram model?
They all Instagram models. That's where they find them at.
Quick to talk about women and how women and with men and all this stuff and gold diggers and all this stuff. When he had his black queen, he was called like, this is out of control.
But I mean, I'm gonna need for him to stop hollering. He's really like one of those people that's unhinged on social media. I don't know why I follow him because his posts be all over the place.
I do not even follow him. I
follow him just to get this, see if he's going crazy that day, see if we got to report him. I had this picture saved because I knew I was going to use it at one point.
Eventually, you got to keep. You got to keep this picture on deck because eventually you will need it. Messing around with Tyrese. Eventually you will need it.
Because he's always complaining. And I remember when he was complaining about Vin Diesel and
The Rock.
And they ain't doing this and they ain't doing that. But you still doing the movies.
Who complains about The Rock? The Rock is so unproblematic.
Because he wants to be the star. He wants to be the star, but he don't have the acting chops. He just don't have it. But he's
and it's more than it's a lot more than acting chops. I guess maybe they feel that spirit because Vin Diesel is not an actor. This he sounds like
he's not. But it's not. He has that action movie quality.
Yeah, I think the body but he just like a brute. Like
he's not the best actor either, but.
Horrible.
Tyrese, you're not the main character. You're just not. So
you're like who?
You're not.
Tyrese pay your money, and
that's what you owe.
When she was your black queen, you wasn't complaining, so don't complain now. What was that? And Friday when they was like, oh, they didn't have the money. Well, make it enough.
Make it enough,
Tyrese. You got it.
The next person we need to do a deep dive on Soulja Boy and his violent ways. He's been getting away with this for much too long, and he's aid. I don't know about SA.
No, it was SA. It was an SA as well.
He aided several women, including the pistol whipping women, kicking women in the stomach while they're pregnant. And he is not in jail, and I'm trying to figure out why. He recently was ordered to pay his ex-girlfriend $235K for damages after beating her in the head with a gun. he, caused Nia to miscarry, and he's beat up other women. He's a woman beater.
Is this the ex-girlfriend that was the assistant, the one that was beat up in front of everybody and dragged and was forced to perform fellatio on him?
Allegedly, that's what I heard. Allegedly.
The whole mess, because he didn't find nobody that's going to wear up and going to handle up on him.
And I'm glad he got veneers because his teeth was rotting out his mouth, and there was looking horrible. They were yellow.
See, so he needs a well, we ain't monetized. He needs a bitch from the streets. That's what he need. That's what he need. Because I would have had Soulja Boy mama looking for me after I finished with her mother. They would have been trying to find me after I finished with Soulja Boy.
Somehow he's managed to stay out of the fray as far as getting arrested. While we talking about Tory Lanez, this is another one that has been on record.
Free Tory.
He's been on record abusing women, and y'all just let it go. Y'all go to the concert. Y'all want to dance to his music, but he's trash.
I don't really like Soulja Boy. I don't even like Tory Lanez, actually, speaking of him. I really don't care for him that much. But I do think he didn't shoot that girl.
But I'm saying, like, he's more... Soulja Boy is more of a fiend, if we want to put them on a scale.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a fiend than Tory Lanez is, in my opinion. I think the whole Tory Lanez thing with Megan was an accident. I really do feel like it was an accident. But he's deliberately kicking women in the stomach while they're pregnant.
He's an abuser. We saw him.
Why is he not in jail? Why are y'all not pressing criminal charges but civil? I'm glad he's being sued, but he has the money though. He has a lot of money, so this $200K is really nothing for him.
It should have been more than $200K. It should have been a couple of million. This woman settled for chump change because if somebody done beat the crap out of you and made you perform fellatio in front of everybody on them, this was out of control. He's an animal. He needs to. This is ridiculous, and he needs the authorities should have been called to him. Like, yeah, why is he out? Why is he still free to do this? He's just a repeat offender.
I think the cycle of abuse is you do something and then you apologize afterwards and then you say you'll never do it again. And I think whatever he's doing, he's keeping these women under his thumb to where they don't go to the police, but they end up going to their lawyers instead. The last one went to her lawyer.
Yeah, but that's because you saw what's that Nia Riley? She was terrible.
Nia Riley. But my thing is, Nia, why are you suffering in silence? I mean, I get it. A lot of people don't like to come forward when things are happening. But if somebody kicking you in the stomach while you're pregnant caused you to miscarry, you should have called the police. You should have. At this point, you need to protect yourself and your baby. That's sad. That's absolutely horrible.
That's not the end. She had a daughter. You had a daughter that's not even his. Like, what do you think? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if he's R. Kelly because allegedly he deals with women of age. He just like to beat up on them. I think it's because you remember when he was on that couple show on We and Dime's husband, Dime Piece, fiance was about to get into his tail. Yeah,
because Dime Piece was about to beat his ass.
Yeah, because I don't think he liked to fight people that are physically on his level or better, because Dime was gonna really whoop him. He wouldn't be able to whoop on Dime. He like to know. He know who he can pick on. He picks these little frail women.
Yeah, he seems like that type that has all the smoke for women who he could take. But when it's a man, he don't have none of the smoke for. That's exactly what gives him.
He piped all the way down when Dime Fiance was coming at him. He piped it all the way down.
But usually men that put their hands on women are like that. That's usually how it is. They will jump bad in a woman's face. But as soon as a man come around, they quiet as a church mouse. They don't have nothing to say. They backing down. They trying to just what do you call it? Trying to diffuse the situation.
Yeah, diffuse the situation. I didn't mean it like that.
But when it's true, and you're trying to be like, just forget it, calm down or whatever. They want to keep going. Want to take your wig off, but let a man step in their face. Mm-hmm.
or a big burly woman like Dime Piece. Dime Piece not gonna.
This is why you supposed. I would have hit him upside his face so fast with a razor. He wouldn't have known.
To me, he just looks like a goober. He looks like a loser. I mean, just because you have money, that to me, I'm not impressed with that. So
it's not. It's giving dirty.
Yeah, very dirty fingernails. So the last story that we have, y'all remember that story we talked about, the 15-year-old girl who attacked her teacher for taking her phone. Her teacher was severely injured, and the little girl was charged, and she will be serving 1 year in the juvenile detention center.
She needs to serve more.
Really? She needs to serve more? But they're saying that the teacher that it happened to, she really suffered like severe injuries because I think her hip fell out of place. You know, she's an older woman.
Age, like, you know, my ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm messed up. I'm sitting here right now in pain, like, because ever since my ceiling fell down on me in June, I've been screwed up. I could barely get up. Like, I can barely put my, like, it's a challenge. Like, right now I'm sitting here with stiff neck, like, because I can't even move. I move it to side. I can't breathe. It's like everything crushes. Like, it's horrible. Like, and then past a certain age, your bones don't heal like they're supposed to. Like, before, a ceiling probably would have fell on me. I would have jumped up, you know, and start, you know, running. Now I'm like, ooh, Jacoby and Myers. You know, I'm just laid out like, I fall and then I can't get up. You know, it's not the same. You don't heal the same no more. For that young girl to jump on that teacher like that and half her
and
ass.
That's the issue is that's a teacher shortage. There's a teacher shortage. Not that same fight. It's a different fight. You remember last week it was multiple fights with teachers. This particular fight, it was an older
I remember
woman.
that one, the one that the teacher's been
let me show that. Yeah, she was fighting the girl off the highway. But I think she broke her hip or something, and she's facing like more serious damage.
Yeah,
like
she no longer can work now. Like,
yeah. And that's sad. I mean, it's a teacher shortage, and don't nobody want to deal with y'all bad kids because y'all not raising them right.
I'm telling you, nope. Because when I was
y'all not raising these kids.
Volunteering, I volunteered for both my children's school as the PTA president, and then just to be in the school and just to hear how some of them students speak, how they speak to teachers, and like I was always taught to respect teachers and. You know, especially good teachers, because a lot of times, sometimes we had good teachers that come here to the urban areas to teach these no goodity, bad ass niggerdom kids, because that's what they are, and these bad kids, and they are.
But even if they're not good teachers, it's about respect, and they just
but it just hurts me more because coming from a place of an educator, like the teachers. Sometimes we put so much into our class and in our students, into our own, taking out of our pockets, doing all types of stuff. And we have good teachers a lot of times that really want to see these kids do well. And they're like, look, I don't even have to work here in this school. I could work in a private school. I came down here because I felt that it was needed. And to be treated like that to kids and run around, suck my, I was like, I swear, like, if you talk to me, I'm dragging you and I'm waiting for your mother. That's it. We gonna have a fight, and you probably will whip my behind. But after I get up and get my wig together, I'm waiting for your mother. Like, and I'm not gonna lose. Like,
And it's a lot. At the end of the day, teachers are human too. And if they're going to work every day and getting abused by the students, eventually they're gonna snap, and then they're not gonna act in the way that they should. This is why I think the teacher jumped on the girl with no drawers and started whooping her because she had enough. Sometimes you get to
I don't blame her. See, that's what that little girl needs. She needs to get worn out by a grown woman because you jumping in these people's face like it's just a dangerous. Like you saw this woman didn't even have on drawers. She didn't even have on drawers, so you know what type of where she coming from. Like you don't know who you playing with, kids, because you didn't know that she didn't have on drawers.
But she should have had on drawers in the schoolhouse. Like,
no, but if a woman as a teacher walks inside a building of education without drawers on, she about that life. She's about that life, and she's going to fight somebody's kid.
Or she nasty. You should when you go to certain places. When you go to certain places, you should put drawers on.
That's disgusting. In the building of education. And
with no draws.
just
Let your dress
the
slip
whole
up a little bit.
classroom stank. Whole classroom smell like ass.
A filet-o-fish. So
Whole classroom funky.
So the girl has been charged with a year in the juvenile detention center. I hope the teacher has a fast recovery. You know, we're gonna keep her in prayer. It's a lot of prayers going up. It's a lot of people sick. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all PCP appointment, get your physical.
Update concern. Speaking of Tory Lanez, you know his for his retrial, the date for if they're gonna make a decision on his retrial is coming up on May the 8th. Mm-hmm. But he did make a statement, and he came out, and it was proven that his DNA was not on the gun at all.
That's what he's saying, and I'm trying to figure out why was that.
Because you know what it is.
In court.
You know why it wasn't in court? Because when they did they were trying to cause reasonable doubt. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. If the prosecution backs was against the wall, so like he said, they didn't run that test all the way. That's the only time you could get inconclusive if you didn't let the test finish to completion. So if you stop the test mid-test or stop the test 5 minutes before it's completed, it will come up inconclusive. So
but you shouldn't convict somebody off of inconclusive evidence.
But this is why he's requesting a retrial, because if his DNA was not even on the gun, period, what do you got to say, Wiggy?
Yeah.
What do you got to say, Wiggy? Like I said, at the end of the day, like, it's a lot going on, and I do believe, I think Milagro Grams, she brought up some evidence or whatever, some old pictures that they have prior to the pool party where Megan's clothes was there. It was a pair of, I believe, Dior boots that matched the gun. That was the same color. That was a matching, like you had your matching fits. You know what I'm saying, with your thing, your pow. So who actually? I'm thinking it was. Who did it belong?
It doesn't matter who it belonged to. It matters whose DNA is on.
But they never took. Did they even take the women's DNA? They never took the women's DNA.
But you don't need to take it if it's on the gun. There should be gun residue on your hands.
No, but gun residue can get on. You can have gun residue on you and never pull a trigger, never touch a gun.
But it shows that you were close to it. So
no, but that's not true. That's what I'm saying. That's not a fact. That's what I'm saying. That's not a fact. If you have gun residue on you, you don't have to be anywhere in the vicinity. Somebody else could have been in that vicinity and they touched your shoulder. You got gun residue on you.
True.
And it's
the way the splatter. It's the way the splatter appears on your hands. It's a lot of detail.
No, but they took his hands, but he didn't have the residue, and now they're saying that his DNA. They didn't check him for gun residue. They took his DNA to see if his DNA was on the weapon. His DNA, now come to find out his DNA, they said it was inconclusive. Like his DNA, they said what they took from him, it could have been any black male, basically. Yeah. Could have touched that gun. Because they didn't run the test to completion. So now that they ran it to completion, his DNA is not even on the weapon. So what are you going to say now? Because I do believe it was just a drunk night. It was a lot of stuff going on, and
and I think it was an accident.
And then if he didn't do it,
switching gears, I think it was an accident. I think they were all tussling over the gun, and they were all drunk. And no telling what happened. So I don't think neither one of them can say really, honestly, truly what happened. They were all drinking.
That is just crazy because I think he should have spoke up more. And I think trying to be like a cool thug or trying to be like a little midget, like a smurf, like a gangster smurf, like I ain't gonna snitch. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be, you know, I'm just, you know, taking. No, you need to say what's happening, what really happened. Or if you remember, if you don't remember, because he really stayed quiet throughout the case. He didn't say much. He just said he didn't know he didn't do it. And that he knew that he would be proven innocent, that he didn't do it. He didn't really go into details and say what happened, this happened, no, you did this, or I did that, or you did that. He never really spoke up. But I think he should have really just spoke up and tell what he believes happened that night, because it's like, child, you didn't say nothing. Like you just taking on a guilty role. Are you froze? Are we froze?
I can see you. I'm not froze. But can you hear me?
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope he gets a retrial. I really hope that they dismiss it. I just ready. I'm ready to move on and move on to something else. Because I mean, we going back and forth. Don't nobody know what happened. If his DNA is not on the gun, let him go. If it don't
Yeah, I
fit, you
think they
must
need
acquit.
to throw it out and start over. Like if they're gonna start over, just throw the case out. And if you're gonna start over, start over. But because that's just messy. It's a big mess that can't be sorted out. Like.
And also moving on to the last topic, I just saw that Brittany Griner is coming out as transgender, or she's in the process.
Well, is her throat in the process because it's her.
She sound real manly at the press conference. I said, "Who is this?"
That
she
sounded
real. Her voice deeper than mine. She was like, "Well, I just,
no, that's just a man's voice. It's not even that. It was deep.
It was a man's voice.
It's just a man's voice. Because I'm like, when I heard that, I'm like, who the fuck? No way that's coming out her throat.
She sounded so masculine. Oh, I said, is she even gonna be able to play in the WNBA? I mean, she sounded like a straight up dude.
Because those vocal cords are giving NBA. They are not giving WNBA. They're giving straight up NBA.
Like, will she be able to? Because usually, transgender women who transform into men don't really get to make it into the men's sports arena. You know what I mean?
No, they're not going to accept her in the men's.
Are they going to accept her in the regular NBA, which makes more money than the WNBA?
No, but they damn sure accepted her throat. They accepted her vocal cords in it.
She sounded so masculine.
I was shocked, like, girl, because that's what I was saying when I heard the voice. I was like, she must be transitioning. Or did she always, because she couldn't always sound like that. Because a lot of times when they're transitioning and you're taking the hormones and stuff like that, and you're taking the teas, the testosterone gives you that voice. Your voice starts to change and become very low and very deep. But I
think she's transitioning. I don't think she's done the whole process yet, but I think she's in transition because
she's in transition, child. That throat. That was a better
hair. She looked sound like a straight up man, and the way her face is set up, she doesn't really look feminine, so she could pass for like a straight up boy.
Dude, she's definitely giving dude
with the cut hair and the voice. She could pass to me as a boy. You know, it's don't let her start growing facial hair. She'll really.
No, oh my god, I don't want her with facial hair. I think she looks cute. She's cute.
But
that is something else. Like
but imagine her voice in the women's locker room. Like, hey,
that is no.
Hey. As the women are getting dressed,
you getting dressed like, wait, what the fuck?
But that's another thing. Like, if you know somebody is transitioning, are you okay with taking a shower in front of them? Like,
this is very interesting. This case, this has legs because where will she go from here? Being that she is in the middle of transitioning, will the WNBA still keep her? What will she do? Because she already stated like she's not going to.
People are getting so serious about their pronouns and getting so offended when people don't give you the right pronoun.
Like, do we call her him or he?
I don't. Right now, she's still being known as Brittany Griner, so I'm gonna say female for now because she still goes by Brittany Griner. Unless it turns to Brent, we won't know until when it's Brent or Bradley. We'll be able to say Mr. or Sir, but as of right now, it's Brittany.
It's that voice for me.
It was the voice. The voice threw me off.
For me. You know how they say about like a lot of trans women, like, oh, somebody wants some with a piece of candy. You know, but they want some with a piece of throat because that is that voice.
That voice alone.
That voice is definitely giving.
It was very Barry White-ish.
It's giving Mr. It's giving Sir. That voice,
all the testosterone.
That voice shocked me because it was like Brittany. I was like, Brittany Griner. Like, did she always sound like that? I was like,
I don't think so, but it's come out that she is transitioning. So we gonna wish her the best in her transition into Bradley, and we're gonna keep y'all updated.
Not Bradley.
When the transformation is complete. That's all the topics that I have. Do you have anything else that you want to say before we close things out?
What do we have going on? You know, we got the Bad Boys Club.
Oof.
They done bailed, you know, you gotta get into my reality real quick. They done bailed, what's his name out? Crazy Pants. Orlando, Brown.
In real life or on the show?
In real life, he was in prison or a jail before the show, like during the show. And they went down, Natalie went down there with a cheap outfit and stacks of cash and bailed him out for the show.
I know you wanted me to watch Bad Boys Club. It's just I just don't see myself sitting down watching
it's just a key. I watch for Jonathan because Jonathan be taking me down every time I see him. This big burly, like he is just burly, and he does have speed. Like he will. I'm like, if Jonathan is after you, run.
Just seen him slide somebody to the other side of the room. So
yeah, just run.
He got hands.
If you ever get on that man's bad side, whore ass, and that's all I gotta say is whore ass.
I mean, but I do feel like
big truck. He has a big like bust, like his hair bust or whatever like that. He done got so angry from slapping somebody down. He done got his bus trying to drive off the bus and that the big bus. It was just a mess. But Bad Boys seem like, you know, they're gonna have a lot going on. Yes, Jonathan.
What I don't like about that show is that they fight for no reason, and I think they fight for the cameras. They don't have actual bumped into you. Somebody in the room that you was in.
Anthony, his friend Anthony, the guy that owns the clubs. He fought Anthony because he was mad at Anthony because Anthony let Rio come to one of his clubs, the one who he yanked all his red braids out his head and was wearing the braids as a wig.
He let somebody come to the club.
It's a mess. And I guess this big chef, I forgot the guy, the chef name. I do follow him for his cooking. I didn't know that he was, you know, with the mess. They say he dated Saucy Santana, Chef D's. And he's huge. Like this man, he looked like he's all of 6'7". He wailed on the guy Anthony too. Like it's a lot going on because it's just a lot going on. But I do be watching for Jonathan. Jonathan be taking me there. And congratulations go out to Monique and Derek. You know, on Love After Lockup, it was the season finale this past Friday. And congratulations are in order for Monique and Derek. They are engaged.
He's still cheating on her. So
not anymore. He said he stopped.
Okay. All right. Well, happy engagement, I guess. Happy engagement.
Yeah, they're engaged. You know, he did cheat on her the night before the engagement. No. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. They are engaged today. He cheated last night, but they were engaged today. That's
if she like it, I love it at this point. Evidently, that's what you want. So I wish her all the best.
Is Christian still pregnant?
Christian is pregnant, but she's over the pregnancy. She said that she's tired of being pregnant and, you know, she's over it. So hopefully she's not damaging the fetus as we speak with Hennessy shots and smoking weed. So we hope that Christian is doing the best she can to carry this baby full term and then hopefully get a baby up for adoption. But the baby does need to be evaluated prior to being given back to the mother just to make sure the baby is not hooked on drugs already before they start their life. So we wish.
Also, Summer Walker, congratulations are in order. She's dating Little Meech.
But Summer Walker sprayed her own tea. You're going to post a picture of him in bed and it'll be like, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I'm stupid. You knew what you was doing. You wanted to show everybody who you had in your bed.
That was not brag.
And what happened to your baby daddy that you was just in love with?
Did she just have twins?
You just had a baby by the guy that you were supposedly in love with, and now you in bed with Lil Meech.
Did she just have twins?
I don't know if it was twins, but she just had a baby.
I believe she had a baby because she had a baby, and the baby is like 2 or 3, and then she's pregnant again and just had twins, I believe. I think it's twins.
And you're not in bed with the baby dad. You're in bed with Meech, and he probably just
out with Suki and them.
there's no telling what she's into because Suki was on there interviewing with Jason Lee talking about she like to get boo-booed on and peed on. Y'all so low vibrational. It's ridiculous.
That was just really, and I like Suki, but it's like it's going.
I'm over Suki at this point.
It's going. She got walked on the leash like a dog. And I was with Suki.
I was with her. But now that you talked about boo-booing and you vomited.
Yeah, because everybody needs a little bit of ratcheticity, a little ratchet,
That's past ratchet.
Yeah, that's past ratchet. Talking about the boo-boo and I'm rubbing in my head.
Rubbing and boo-boo in your head.
And then I cocked back and I fart in his mouth. What the girl?
You doing a lot for attention. And
it's sad because at the end of the day, your kids are watching.
Your kids are watching.
And if they're not watching now, they'll be watching later. And that we understand that you want to do things to provide and make a way for your children, but
some will just be having babies in and out of people's bed.
Go back a little bit because I would want, and a lot of times you don't know what you'll be forced to do to provide for your children, especially as a mother. But
boo-boo, and
I have to do that my kids that I provided for my kids with, and that my kids are disgusted with me later. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be like, "Oh, mommy, I could have ate cereal if you had to do that." You know what I'm saying? Like if you done got a shaddy down your throat.
No, you should have some type of skill to where you don't have to get boo-boo rubbed on your face. You should have some type of skill.
No, but we can't require everyone to have a skill because some people are born to be hoes. If
you a hoe, you can be a hoe and not have to.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is some people are. We need. Everybody, without no dark, there is no light. We need that. We need that balance. But what I'm saying is you have to keep some stuff to yourself. And especially when you're providing for your children, you have children, because you may think you're saying all that and you're getting money now, whatever. And when you get a little older and your kids become of age and they look back at what you've done and what you've said, and they're in disgust with you, like, ew, like, a lot of times you be like, that could be hurtful because you like, I did this to make money for you to provide. You be like, damn, I didn't need it. Mommy, look, I didn't need it. If you had to boo-boo in your hair and cock a fart in someone's mouth, I didn't have to have that. I could have ate cereal. You understand? Like I didn't have to have. But I
think Suki does say things for attention, but I do think she's into that sort of thing because we've seen her on camera vomit on Pete and then eat the vomit. So we're just gonna live her in prayer. Hopefully she'll get it right and have a Black China moment and transform.
Speak of Black China, because Black China is down to the video with your girl, and I think Beyonce. I don't like it, Beyonce. I don't like it. China's only 3 days past hoeing, and now you got her down here to the video talking about church girl, and she up there, woo, so a fucking cross. I don't like it. I think
what video?
I don't know if she's really gonna be in the church girl video. But she had like a little clip of her. They're playing church girl, and she's walking up to the mountaintop. She's walking up on the mountaintop, going to a cross, and they're playing church girl. Now drop it like a hottie, drop it, and she's doing all this like, oh, praise God.
I'm with Tokyo on this one. I do feel like it was a publicity stunt. I do.
Yeah, because she's like 3 days.
I'm with Tokyo. Tokyo makes sense every now and then. In between. Moments.
She makes sense a lot. You got to listen. And speaking of Tony, she just did an interview with the Celebrity Podcast with Megan James, and now she wants to fight Megan. She said that when she catch Megan.
But you should have had that energy when she was asking you those questions.
But
she was asking the answer.
I think it was after the fact.
She asked her if she was on powder, and no. And she said no, but she's definitely on powder. We've seen her do powder on live.
I would allegedly. I wouldn't. I don't even know if she's drugged. But if it was a drug that I would have to choose, I would choose heroin because those arms are giving Popeye.
She's on something.
No, because when the arms go up, you watch The Wire. Did anybody watch The Wire in the corner? From shooting up so much, they get the swollen arms. The arms start to get real puffy and they look like mitts. The hands start to look like mitts from all the heroin. They trying to find a vein all the time. Like they're picking and probably trying to find a vein, trying to just get that high. They just trying to get that smack in their veins. Like it's, but I would have thought it was heroin. I would have asked like, are you on, wet? a heroin night, but
we just gonna keep her in prayer as well as China continues her change, and we know Tokyo, she's not gonna be too far behind.
But this is what I wanted to say real quick. Did you know that Tokyo Tony has like 9 brothers and like 6 sisters?
I'm not surprised.
No, but it's so weird because like she said she comes from like her mother was in the Navy. Her mother was like she come from a decent family. And I was like, they had to come from pretty like decent people for the simple fact, being that she has all those siblings. When did you ever hear anybody say they was Tokyo Tony's brother or sister? Or say they was like, a clout chaser, because with all of those, like you even see Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams got 2 siblings, and one of them is clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? At least one of them would have.
But how you gonna clout chase off of clout chase?
No, but even if like to say, I'm Black China's aunt, or I'm Black China's uncle, or I'm nobody's not. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, she probably come from a decent family who's embarrassed of her. Like, like I don't know her. Like, no,
she's a hot ass mess. So, hopefully she get it together.
I think she got it together. I think, she walks with the Lord.
So I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight for our show. Janet, Carol, Robin, Shar, Chef Don stopped by, Arnold.
That's my Queen Vic.
Yvette, Sierra Leone.
Yes, my girl Shar, Cleo.
And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you have not. And if you have anything that you want to share with us, please DM either MASE MARROW or myself on Instagram, and we will make it a topic for the show. And y'all stay tuned. We will be reviewing Housewives of Atlanta starting not May 7th when it premieres, but that following Tuesday, we'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I think that's the 11th, yeah.
It's looking to be a really good show. And we thank and appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all are here with us. So y'all have a good rest of your night, and we will see y'all next time.
Sunday, yes.
Good night, y'all.